everyone. I hope you had a good week. This story is about Elijah. He was a prophet of God. And a prophet is someone who speaks on behalf of God. God tells him what to say, and he says it to the people. Well, Elijah had gone to King Ahab and Queen Jezebel several times and told them that they better straighten up and do right, or that God was going to punish them. But they would not listen because they didn't love God, they didn't care. In fact, they were so evil that they were killing the prophets of God, people like Elijah. And Elijah was one of the last of the prophets. Well, Elijah had done something that upset them because he, in order from God, had killed a few of the wicked prophets that were not God's prophets. So this made Jezebel angry at Elijah. Elijah had just come back from a mission that God had him on, and she had heard that Elijah had killed some of her people that were wicked, and she sent a messenger to Elijah. And the messenger told Elijah, "You better watch out, Elijah. Queen Jezebel is out to kill you. She is going to be determined to get you." So Elijah became afraid. Elijah set off with his servant to run from Queen Jezebel. He was the only prophet left that loved God. He took his servant with him as far as Bathsheba, and then he told his servant to stay behind. Elijah went on about a day's journey into the wilderness, and he became so exhausted that he fell to his knees, and he told God, he said, "God, take my life. I am so tired. I'm about to be killed. Please just take my life. I'm done." And so he falls asleep. He's so exhausted after running for so long. And the Lord God does something very special. He sends an angel to take care of Elijah. The angel touches Elijah and tells him to get up and to eat. Elijah does get up, and he sees what the angel has done. He sees that the angel has set bread on some coals and had cooked him up some bread and had given him some water. And so Elijah did take the bread and eat. I'm sure he thanked the Lord for it, but then he fell back to sleep. He was still very exhausted. The angel woke him up again, touching him and saying, "Get up and eat, for you have a very long journey ahead of you." Elijah did wake up and eat again, just as the angel had said. And after that, the angel left, went back up into heaven, and Elijah set out on his journey again. This time, he walked for 40 days and 40 nights through the wilderness until finally he reached the mountain of God, which is called Mount Horeb, also called Mount Sinai. As he climbed the mountain, he saw a cave in the mountain, so he climbed the mountain, and once he got into the cave, he spent the night in the cave. We're just going to pretend this is on the mountain. The cave in the mountain. He goes inside the cave and he spends the night. The next day, the Lord God speaks to Elijah. He says, "Elijah, what are you doing here?" Elijah, you'll have to pretend he's inside the cave. We'll put this over here. He says, Lord, I've been zealous for you. I have done what you want me to do. I've been very enthusiastic about doing your work. But they have killed all the prophets. They have torn down all your altars of worship, and they are now out to kill me. No one is serving you now. And then God tried to get his attention in a very special way. He wanted to let him know that he was more powerful than any man. So he did something special. He sent a very strong wind. And the wind shook the mountain and split it. And the rocks were split in two. Then he sent a very strong fire that burned a side of the mountain and left it with scorched areas. And then he sent before he sent the fire, he sent an earthquake, and then he sent strong winds, but finally the fire. And this scared Elijah so much that he didn't come out of the cave until God whispered. And he says, Elijah, what are you doing here? He said, well, I've been working for you. He said, they've killed all the prophets. They've torn down all your altars. They have not worshipped you and not served you, and now they're out to kill me, and I'm the last one left. And then God says, Elijah, I want you to go now. Go back. For there are people who love me and worship me still in the country. And I want you to anoint 2 kings. I want you to anoint a king for Israel, a new king, and a new king for Aram. But something even more special, Elijah, I want you to anoint somebody that will take your place as a prophet. His name will be Elisha. And so we'll end our story there. I wanted to let everyone